Here is the Sanyo 16-inch fan, probably from the mid to late 1980s. Most of these fans that I see are in the tan with brown color scheme. Seems like the white with black, like this one, are less common. I think the tan with the brown color scheme, particularly the 12-inch model, is probably the most common Sanyo fan that I see pop up anywhere. I wouldn't say that the white with black are necessarily rare, but less common for sure. Pretty nice looking fan, pretty good condition. It's not quite a clear blade, it's more like a smoky clear. Would have been cooler if they made it a little more smoky, but whatever. Looks cool anyway. Here is the back of the fan. It has this kind of weird, I guess this is a handle. It's like undercut here in the wire, but it's kind of a sketchy handle. The information sticker. So this is model EF-16SP-3, draws 0.6 amps, which seems kind of low compared to other fans anyway, and made in Mexico, which is interesting. It seems like most of these fans with this general base design, are made in Mexico. I guess there was an earlier version of this that was still made in Japan, but it would have been a little different in that the Sanyo logo would have had something else under it. Something in here would have said like oscillating fan or something like that, 3-speed fan or whatever. But these were made in Mexico. And I'm not really sure why. I guess they're probably trying to establish markets in South America, trying to expand would be my guess. And proximity to North America would also help. Like I said, the tan with the brown ones are easily the most common Sanyo fans that I see. Seems like those were the most widely distributed fans here, particularly the ones that were made in Mexico. So I'm not really sure what happened after that, because it seems like there were so many of those fans and then nothing else came after those. It seemed, I don't think that there was any other Sanyo fans that came around after these. So it's strange, but I don't know. For the ones that were made in Mexico, I also thought it would have been cool if they just like dropped the Y out of the name and put the little accent over the end. So it's Sanyo. Get it? Sanyo. All right, anyway, we've got it plugged in over here, but here's the plug. And start it on low speed. It's very quiet. I can hear the blade a little bit, but there's really no other noise. that comes from it. It seems like by like the mid 80s or so, the Galaxy fans, Lasko fans, and the Sanyo fans, the motors changed a little bit, so they didn't really have that whiny motor sound. I'm sure you guys are familiar. Like the Frigid fan over there, I'm pretty sure would have a noisier low speed. Well, I guess we can find out. Cord should be long enough. So here's the low speed on the Frigid, which is basically a rebadged Sanyo, but it's older. It would have the older motor in it from like the the late 70s, early 80s. It has that like high frequency whine to it. Back to low speed. Much quieter. I can only hear the blade. But the Galaxy fans are the same way. From the mid to late 80s, they didn't have that whining sound coming from the motor. They were a little more quiet. Go to speed 2 now. Go to high speed now. High speed is also very quiet. It still moves a lot of air too. Getting up there around 1100 feet per minute, which is pretty strong. I'm not sure if it's as strong as the Frigid fan. I guess we'll find out. Nope. Well, I guess that answers that, but still pretty strong high speed and much more quiet. This is definitely more of an office friendly type of fan. Even on the high speed, I don't think it would be disruptive to anything. oscillation. The oscillation on this fan is kind of weird. It's almost like there's like one of the components is bent or something, because depending on where you put the plunger down, the blade will jog back and forth a lot, and then when you go to release it to turn the oscillation off, it's very hard to pull it back up. And then other times it works fine. It works like normal, like you would expect it to. So hopefully we get lucky here and it doesn't stick on me, because then what happens is it becomes so hard to pull this up that this will actually pop off. So see. Seems like it's running pretty smooth right now. Very quiet fan. This is definitely more of a finesse type of fan, whereas the Frigid over there is just like a powerhouse. Like the older Sanyos, this is definitely more of an office friendly, or just overall friendly, indoor friendly, whatever. That knocking that you hear is the blade bobbing back and forth. I'm not sure why it does that so much. Other than that, alright. Seemed to work pretty good that time. I just can't get over how quiet this fan is. I mean, sure, it doesn't move quite as much air as the older fans do, but very quiet.